Ribbit, it's Froggy, back again to discuss how my studying and poker sessions have gone this last week. Let's dive right in. In terms of studying, I finished the Crush Live Poker Fast Track course this last week. So here we are at the Fast Track Poker course. And as you can see, I finished all the modules, excluding the third one, which are mostly just going over how to use their app, which wasn't really necessary for learning purposes, but I completed all the modules. And I'd like to give my review of the course, because I'm going to give my review on all courses that I complete during this journey. I would say that this course, its con, is that this is not really a great course for a beginner, especially as a first course. It was definitely a little bit too in the weeds, a little bit too descriptive, that I don't think it would benefit someone who's just trying to learn the more fundamental aspects of the game. I will say the pros of this course, which is not what I expected when I initially embarked on taking it, was a lot of this course was keyly showing examples of people playing on the Live at the Bike stream and showing how the hand was played and putting those hands in the solver and explaining what the solver would do and what actually happened and deviations that you could make. And I think the most important part of this course was I felt like it was a great preamble to using a solver myself. I've always been kind of intimidated with using solvers. It's pretty big undertaking. It's probably not something a beginner should do. But this course, through going through 15, 20 examples, Keeley goes through so many hand examples with Pile Solver, that it felt a lot more, it felt more welcoming to get involved with a solver. So it definitely helped get me ready to start using a solver. And I think probably soon I will start using one. Not right now, but I could definitely see it in the foreseeable future. And this course really helped with that. And I'd say that was by far the biggest benefit of this course. So overall review is the course didn't really do too much for me. It was just something to engage with, but I don't feel like I learned anything too actionable from the course. But I will say again, the fact that it made me more comfortable with the idea of using a solver is the most important aspect of that course, and I'm grateful for that reason. But I will definitely not be retaking the course in the future to re-go over any concepts. I don't feel like it was that great. So that's unfortunate. But overall, I'm still happy about taking the course, and I think it was positive. So moving on, what am I going to do going forward with my studying? So I decided that I'm not going to take another course for now. I do have plans for another course in the future, but for now I actually have a thing that I want to specifically study, which is preflop charts. I studied preflop charts in the past, and they very much improved and impacted my game. Preflop is the street that you play every single poker hand, so it is important to have that one down. And I would say that getting preflop down for both online and live poker has tremendously helped my game. But really what I learned when I studied those charts was the raise first in charts. I never really learned about 3-betting. I never really learned about what you're calling with. I didn't learn about all the nuances of position versus position and what you're 3-betting versus certain positions. I just didn't really learn any of it. And I find that when I play online poker, specifically online poker, less so in live, I really struggle with big blind. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be defending and against what position, what I'm calling with. I just don't really have a clue with big blind. And I feel like if I can improve my pre-flop game with big blind, it would definitely help improve my win rate in that position, which would overall boost my win rate by a decent amount. That and also small blind, it's another confusing position. You're stuck between, rock and a hard place, button and big blind, so what are you supposed to do? And I don't really understand small blind too well. I just kind of 3-bet with good hands, but I don't know what hands. I don't know what to open with, so big blind and small blind, and as well as button, are the 3 positions that I'd really like to get more succinct with my preflop ranges. Big blind for sure the most impactful if I learn the ranges, but as well as all the positions under the gun. Learning what to do against a 3-bet for certain positions, all these things. So that's what I want to be doing going forward. I actually found a resource that has all that information, which is GTO Wizard. GTO Wizard has all the charts that I could want. And I noticed that it's very different from the charts that I use. The charts that I use are way more tight and nitty, and it's probably better to play slightly nittier than GTO, I would assume, but I want to play more sound, reasonable preflop strategies. And at the end of the day, I think everybody's preflop kind of changes and adjusts over time, and so I'm totally fine with learning GTO preflop ranges and just kind of committing them to memory. And I'm sure that through the process of doing that, I will gain a lot of benefit of understanding just intuitive spots on where you're supposed to 3-bet, where you're supposed to call, because I just kind of feel very lost when it comes to 3-betting entirely, and very lost when it comes to big blind defense, and also small blind. Those are my 3 big leagues: 3-betting, big blind, and small blind. If I could get those more sorted out and just understand it better, that will pay heaps for me in the future. So, getting an exactly right GTO is not really the goal. It's just to kind of learn more about preflop charts. But I will do that by just memorizing the GTO charts and then going from there. So that's what I'm going to be doing going forward with studying. I'm pretty excited about this. I think this is going to really help my game. And yeah, so that's how studying has gone. Now, let's move on. So in terms of live poker has not gone well. This last week, I've definitely experienced some lack of discipline and tilt on my end. I had been winning for the last couple weeks, and this last week was kind of me just getting lazy. I would get up a lot of money, and then I would get massages. I'd start playing more loose. I think, I can open any hand. I'm better than these players. I'd get winner's tilt, and that was very poor form by me. There were a lot of hands that I could think of that I definitely just punted away money for no reason other than my lack of discipline. And so I really want to rein that in. I think this is a thing that everybody experiences, lack of discipline. When you start winning, you start getting loose and splashy. You think you're better than everybody. You can outplay everybody. And so I definitely experienced that this last week, and I'm going to definitely, going forward, try to really be focused when I'm sitting at the table and be disciplined. Treat every hand individually and don't get out of line just because you're, up $500 to the table and you think you can beat everybody. You're not infallible. So I definitely want to improve with that mental game link in terms of live poker. And I will say I just had a session right before filming this, and I was dialed in, very focused, and I would honestly say I played all my hands pretty good. I didn't get out of line even though I was winning. I was just focusing on exactly what I need to do in each spot, and so I'm really happy with how I played. But I need to keep going forward. I can't just have one good session and then think that I'm cured. I need to really focus every session. Now, in terms of online poker, let's discuss my results there. Yeah, so let's discuss my online results. So for the online results that I've had this last week, I played for 3 hours and 4 minutes. I played 994 hands, and I lost $3.02, which is 15.19 big blinds per 100 lost. My equity, interestingly enough, is $2.16 plus, or 10.87 big blinds per 100. It's very interesting to see how there's a $5 difference, or I guess that would be 250 big blind difference in terms of my EV, only over 1,000 hands. The swings in this game are definitely noticeable. It's also interesting that as I've been looking through my results and getting better at Poker Tracker, just kind of able to analyze things, I've noticed that I'm actually a winning player if you adjust for EV over the entirety of this series. I'm supposed to be up about $5, instead I'm down about 13. So it's very interesting how wide the difference in the gap is between what my EV is and my actual results. I still have room to improve. I'm not saying that, I'm getting beaten up by variance, so no, woe is me. Everybody gets this, I'm sure. And I gotta admit, I'm very lucky when it comes to live poker and big pots. So I'll take negative variance in this field where it's smaller amounts of money versus live poker where it actually has a genuine impact. But yeah, it is unfortunate that I'm experiencing negative variance. It is nice to know that my EV is at least still positive, so I'm probably at least somewhat a break-even or winning player at these stakes. I want to keep playing, keep getting more hands in, keep focusing, keep paying attention, because that experience is just going to help me get better, as well as just getting more hands in and seeing where my true win rate is will also just be beneficial to me. My plan is I have about 10,000 hands played in NL2. I think I'm going to try to get to about 100k hands, and then I'll finally move up to NL5. This is, of course, presuming that I'm finally a winning player. If after 100k hands in NL2 I'm still a losing player, then I'm going to obviously stay in NL2 and reevaluate and look at my game. If in the next 90k hands I haven't figured it out, there's clearly something I'm doing wrong. But given that I am a winning player in 100k hands, I will move on to NL5. But yeah, just for online poker, a big part of the game that I really want to improve upon is my preflop. This is exactly why I'm trying to study it, is because I'm just noticing, specifically with big blind, I just struggle a lot of the time when it comes to position mistakes. I don't know who I'm supposed to call against. I find it difficult, and I know I can improve that part of my game, and I think that would drastically help my win rate. So I'm really going to try focusing on pre-flop, and I think that's going to really help me in online poker. Because the charts that I'm going to be studying is specifically for 6-max online poker. Hopefully the results of me studying all these pre-flop charts will help in live, and I'm confident they will. I'm sure they'll carry over in some way. But I'm mainly studying this for 6-max. But yeah, that's been my results for online poker. And one last thing to report. This is my 10th video. Woo! I'm really happy to have made it to 10 videos. Admittedly, I did not think I would get this far, which sounds kind of silly. It's only 10 videos, but that's about a little over 2 months of studying and playing poker every day. I did not expect myself to get this far. I thought I would quit about 4 or 5 videos in. I know I kind of struggle with discipline when it comes to doing something every day, in a hobby that I've set out to really improve in. So I'm really glad to see that I'm actually sticking to this, that I'm making genuine progress. I know I can tell the difference between my poker skill from the beginning of this until now. So I'm really happy. I've made genuinely a lot of great progress, and hopefully that'll continue going forward. Here's the next 10 videos, and hopefully at video 20 I'm even better than I am now. Thank you for all my subscribers and any viewers who are watching this. I appreciate everybody's views. It's really nice that people are watching this and supporting me. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm really excited about all that. And yeah, for next week. So for next week, I'm going to be studying pre-flop charts. I'm just going to be trying to play live poker more disciplined, paying attention, being more focused, not tilting as much. And then online poker, just keep playing, keep getting some hands in there, keep getting being put in spots and analyzing them. And yeah, that's it for me. This is Froggy signing out.